I want to start off by giving a prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptations, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and glory forever. Amen. 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 I just want to give a short compare and contrast to what Satan and God do for you financially, or what illusions Satan will do, and the reality of what God will give you in your life if you give yourself to Him fully and trust in Him, and what will be accomplished as compared to what short-term destruction Satan gives to those who have given their lives in the instant, and allowing Satan to prey on the weakness. I myself, I was homeless for a very long time, for a year and a half. I was a drug addict. I was not doing well in my life, but the greatest thing I did was gave God that time to work through me, to openly work through me. I was on a mat in the middle of downtown in a shelter for a year and a half, and all the while I got clean, and God started working through me. Then finally I got a place to live, but it took me listening to God and allowing Him to guide my life, and utilizing those around me to get to where I'm at today, which I will share later on down the road. But for right now, I just think of Satan like this, and what the devil and minions will do for you. It's kind of like a drug dealer, say that you're on the streets and you're trying to come up. So you go to your drug dealer and say, hey, I need some work. I need this. Can you front me? And sure enough, he'll front you. He'll do that. But little do you know, that work he gave you, you contracted to him. In his eyes, you owe him, right? He's got you on the hook already. But what you don't know is that once you left and you're on the street, or you're going in and doing your deals, he already hired someone to come behind you and rob you of everything you got, because you're already contracted into him. So he has somebody in the third party coming around, and he's going to rob you for everything you got, even the money you already had on your own. And next thing you know, you're obligated to that drug dealer, and he got all your stuff. You're obligated to him, and then he starts causing chaos. He's tracking you. He's got you in a pinch. Next thing you know, you work for him, even though he got everything. See, he didn't let you know that. That's what Satan does. He'll give it to you. You'll make it big, but he already has destruction laid waste. You didn't get away with anything, so you got that momentary, that instant, okay, I got work. Next thing you know, you're robbed. You ain't got nothing. You don't know who it was. He's running chaos behind the scenes, and he's looking like the good guy. And you know what? In the end, he probably made you think that God did that. See, that's how he got you. He makes you think that God did that to you, that God wasn't protecting you. God, he was the one behind it. No, it was Satan coming behind with his dude, got in that plan. See, Satan worked through all the different modes, right? So think twice about what you get into. See, now, if on the contrast, you go with God, sure, you might not have all that money right there, right up front, but he'll make sure you got, he's like the boss, right? He'll make sure you're stable, got a roof over your head, or at least you're working towards that, right? And that big payout is there, but he has to make sure you're worthy of that. So you got to work. And like, even for me, I wasn't working per se, right? I was homeless on a mat in a shelter, going from food bank to food bank. You know, my whole day was centered around getting food to eat, to keep my stomach fed. And I was getting it from churches and food banks and stuff like that, from patrons outside of a dollar store or whatnot, you know, begging for something to eat, right? Well, you know, about a year and a half into it, uh, I started talking to God. You know, me and him, we talked a lot, and we still do today. And he said, son, go up here and ask for help. Ask for help with housing. It's your time. You paid your dues. Because all along the way, everybody I met, I talked to them about God and what God's doing in my life. See, I was working for God, right? He was guiding my path. He put me in people's lives who needed someone to cheer them up or to guide them, to show them where to go to get food. All those things, being a direction sign in the midst of chaos for another human being, right? Picking them up when they're down and stuff like that, helping people whenever possible. See, God put me in that scenario, and I earned that housing. He gave me the direction to go into to get that housing. See, hopefully you gain this compare and contrast, right? Devil will confuse you. He'll look like your best friend and then stab you in the back to make you contracted to him. And by then, you're so far in the hole, you don't know where to go. And you think in terms of God, you can't do it. And yes, you can. I'm telling you, you can stop everything. Man, when I was homeless and I was in my addiction before I chose to get clean and follow God wholeheartedly, man, I'd wake up in the middle of downtown in the pandemic, right? I was having to do like literally like marathons to the bus stop after I got out of the shelter to get to my AA meetings, right? See, I had to go to AA meetings in the morning. See, I had to show God I was worthy of redemption, worthy of a better life. He wasn't just going to give me a gift of housing and these things paid for me unless I was willing. He wanted to know that I was capable of the gift he was going to give me, and I was going to honor and cherish that and use it as a jumping off point to a better life. And today I have a life that's beautiful. I'm clean and sober. I've been celibate for 4 years. My kingdom spouse will be on the way, but I'm not trying to jump into that. I'm here working for God right now and telling you, you can have everything you want in life. See, like I said, God's that boss, right? That you work for him. You might not have that big payout, money, but he'll give you everything you need along the way until you show him that you're worthy and you've worked for that payout. See, you know, there's a lot more to the story, but I wanted to give you that compare and contrast. See that, you know, I know some people might be out on the street, they're homeless right now, and they're thinking about getting in front. They're thinking about going to the drug dealer, asking for some work. But I tell you, he's got that demon on the line that will come behind you and rob you. He'll rob you. Next thing you know, you're indebted to him, and then you're in that cycle again, right? But if anybody's homeless right now and they're thinking about that, think twice. Turn to God. It can be done. I did it. I did methamphetamines for over 25 years. I did heroin for 8 years. All right, I did it, and I'm telling you, the best thing I ever did was drop the drugs, drop the womanizing, drop the going out into sketchy places, hanging out with sketchy people. You know, reach out to someone you see that's about God. You know, he really is doing their thing, not someone who says, hey, I go to church every Sunday, and that's how it is. I'm Christian, and all these really cool catch things, right? Watch them. Don't invest into someone that's just a flighty type person. You know, I myself, when I'm at home, I'm the same way when I'm outside my home. You know, I like to say that if there's one thing I'm proud of that no one can take from me is my integrity. No one can take from me if I'm the same way all the time, and I'm not a bad person. I'm the same way all the time. I don't have to worry about lies. I don't have to worry about remembering lies. I don't have to worry about who I did wrong back in the day. None of that. I can sit here today and tell someone if they sit there and they they try to slander me, they try to put me in the wrong place at the wrong time, I can call them a bull-faced liar and go somewhere else, Satan. I know they're a minion of Satan if they try doing that, because I'm a good person of love, light, and happiness. I am a very spiritual person. I am Christian. That is my religion. But I don't, and that's another thing, I don't look at different religions as bad as any others. It's just how somebody celebrates their spirituality, how they celebrate God. You know, it's about faith in God. It's about, the unwavering, I don't have to go to church every Sunday to know that I'm spiritual and faithful to my God, to Jesus Christ who died on that cross for me. I don't have to, right? I don't have to. I do carry a Bible everywhere I go, but people don't have to. It's their unwavering faith in God, unwavering faith in knowing that Jesus died on the cross for them to be free from sin and be able to get to the Father. There's a lot more to it. I just wanted to come on here and tell you about the compare and contrast, because there's so many people out there right now that are sick in addiction, that have gone through the cycle I just talked about. But when you give yourself to God and you're patient and you show up for God, God will show up for you. Jesus will be there for you. So please, I'm new to this, like, subscribe, whatever. Basically, if you like it, whatever, I'm here for you guys. I just want this to reach some people that need to hear it right now. Anyways, God bless you guys. And, peace be with you always. Always, guys.